Hi, welcome to today's video. I want to talk about how I find my mix and how I help other singers find their mix. This is the area of the voice where we're transitioning from one mode to another mode, or from chest voice to head voice. There's like a little bit in the middle that can end up being a bit chaotic. And I have a challenge with it. My background is classical, so I was trained classically. So I was trained to bring my kind of thinner sound, what I call mode 2. Some others may call head voice, others may call cricothyroid dominance, down as far as it will go. So I'm bringing this mode. I think I kind of want to sing pop music properly. How do I do that? There's 4 vibratory patterns of the vocal folds, and so mode 0 is vocal fry. Mode 1 is your speaking voice, like I'm speaking in mode 1 right now. Hey, 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 hey. Mode 2 is falsetto. And mode 3 is. What I'm going to teach you today is an exercise that both has an acoustic strategy to it and a registration strategy. But most other exercises, if there's a vowel in there, you have a resonance strategy. But we're going to be clever about that. We're not going to do any old vowel, right? Let's look at the vocal fold closure firstly. So this is our registration strategy. So vocal fold closure is essentially breath management. Remember how this is the valve at the top. If you want to practice for me, pretend you're lifting something really heavy and you're going to close your vocal folds to do that. So you're going to go. Do you notice how much air pressure is created underneath the vocal folds when they're closed that much? So what the vocal folds do has a massive impact. Like it's a complete dance between what the airflow is doing and what the vocal folds are doing. You can't have one without the other. So now I actually try making a sound with that very pressed vocal fold closure. So if you're going, it's a very pressed, okay. And now try it where it's really airy, right? And leave your vocal folds open, make it barely make a sound with the vocal folds open like this. Okay, so you notice that like the air floods out, you're gasping for air afterwards. Very common that people who think they have issues with breath control have issues with vocal fold closure. So what we're looking at right now is how the vocal folds meet, because oftentimes we end up getting a little bit jammed and pressed as we ascend. And then it has to flip over into this very airy sound, right? And we don't want that to happen. What we can use here is we can trick the vocal folds by onsetting a little bit of vocal fry. So let's access vocal fry first of all. So can you talk like Kim Kardashian right now?
Just to think 20 seasons.
I just want to also side note that I know vocal fry gets a lot of, it has a bad reputation, a little bit online, don't I know? I posted a TikTok about it last year and all hell broke loose. Do you want to be talking with vocal fry and using vocal fry all the time? No, it's not resonant. Doesn't have any pitch or range in it. It's not a useful mode to use for the practical use of your voice. You don't want to do that. But when used in the right way in an exercise, is it helpful with context? Oh my God, yeah, it's amazing. And it's already like it's a natural setting in the voice. It's just that it's not a resonant, useful setting in life, right? You're going to get tired, you're going to get fatigued. It's just not a good default to have. But we're going to use it appropriately in this exercise. Let's try going back to back with your mode 1, your like a chest voice sound, and a vocal fry. So you're going to say for me on a C, we're going to do it on an A vowel. So try a chesty A. Ah. I don't want ah or ah. I want ah. Say for me, yeah, like you're speaking. So it's more speaky than singy. Yeah, ah. Just fry, but on an A vowel. Ah. So we just have the vowel, we have no pitch. Okay. So now you're going to go back to back. We're going to go fry, chest, fry. So we're going to go Okay, try it again. Ah. Right? They feel very similar, don't they? Obviously, they don't sound similar, but they feel similar. We have a very similar level of air pressure ratio to air flow in both of those modes. It's like a pattern interrupt, and it also kind of relies more on the intrinsic muscles of the larynx rather than the extrinsic, which we also want to happen. So now for the acoustic strategy. I love and ah. They're my two favorite pop vowels. I tend to use earlier as I move through the transition and later. So kind of brings me up from my E above middle C up through to A4 above middle C. And then after A4, I do need to start modifying an in there. Let me show you on the spectrogram analyzer why. Welcome to Voce Vista. This is the best thing on the internet. It is a spectrum analyzer, so you can see what my voice looks like. When we sing, we not only sing the pitch that we're singing, we also sing several pitches above that. We create what's called a harmonic series or the overtone series. The ear interprets the pitch that we're singing as the pitch, like so the first harmonic as the note that we're singing, and then the ear interprets all the other pitches that are created when we sing, which I will show you now in a second, as tone, as timbre, as your, your resonance. So if I sing an A3 is the A just below middle C, and that is 220 hertz. That's the measurement of it in sound, which means my vocal folds vibrate 220 times per second. If I sang A4, that's 440 hertz per second. That means my vocal folds are vibrating 440 times per second. So let me sing you my A3 and let's see what it looks like. Okay, let's play it. Awesome. Let's filter it. So this is the pitch that I sung and is the first harmonic in the series of harmonics that I created when I sang. Oh, it's a cute little sine wave. Ooh. Okay, now I just sang that note, but hang on a second. I also seem to have sung this note. Oh my God, octave above, 440 hertz. And this one. And this. And so on. The interval, the space between each note, the intervals get smaller and smaller as you go higher and higher. We're mainly interested in the first and second harmonic when we're singing, and that's mainly what the ear is perceiving. When the voice is boosting or resonating mainly the first harmonic, it tends to sound more choir-like or more classical or woodwindy sounding, right? When the second harmonic is boosted, it sounds more pop, more belty, more, brassy and big and powerful. So I'm mainly concerned with bridging my voice from the F4, which is 350 hertz, up to around a C sharp. We'll call it a C sharp. I usually call it a D flat, but they have a sharp here. So the C sharp, which is 550 hertz, right? That's the first harmonic. That's the pitch, the sung pitch. But remember, if we're trying to sing in a contemporary style, we actually want to be boosting the second harmonic, which is an octave above, which is double the hertz. So if I'm boosting from F4, what's double 350? It's 700. What's double 550? It's 1100. So from 700 to 1100 is actually the range at which I want to be boosting. Okay, to make sure that I stay nice and stable and I sound in that pop style and I don't flip over. That's where I want to be at resonance wise. Check out this. This is the first resonance and the second resonance, aka the first formant and the second formant. These are boosters, right? And how do we create boosts? we shape vowels in a certain way to create a boost. If I'm moving from my F4 above C up to my C sharp 5, I want to create a boost around 700 hertz to 1100 hertz. So I need to get these lines close to that range. And let's see if we sang an E vowel, for example. Oh, hell no. E is the second harmonic is nearly up to 3000 hertz. The first harmonic is below 300. Sure, that's way out of scope. So an E vowel is not going to be a handy one to use as I try to successfully mix and bridge my voice up through the range, okay? Remember, we're wanting to be in this range of 700 hertz up to 1100 hertz, okay? So instead of the E vowel, where do we want to be at? That's not going to work. So I really want to be narrowing in on the 700 to 1100 range. What vowels are going to work for me there? Can you hear that? That is some mix of an and an a. Can you hear it? And a. That's why and a are your best vowel friends ever for bridging your voice. They work a treat for me. That's why we're going to put them into the exercise today. Because they boost the harmonics we want to boost. We want to boost 700 to 1100 hertz generally as we move from an F4 up to a C sharp 5. Done. Science, maths, acoustics, physics. What more could you ask for? So we're going to use the consonant N and put the fry on the N. And then we're going to sing the vowel So like this. Starting on E above middle C. Na na na. Got it? Na na na. And hang on the vocal fry a little bit to really find your coordination, that registration strategy. Na na na. Na na na. Na na na. Na na na. Na 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 na. 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 That may have felt a little bit wobbly, almost like you were walking a tightrope. That tightrope always stays thin, never gets wider. You just get better at walking it. I hope that that's helpful. Make sure you check my link below if you would like to work with me live on one of my boot camps. I'd love to hear from you, so do check that out. And thanks for watching, and I will see you again in the next video.